Okay, it is, let's see now, January 3rd, Friday at 11:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just to do a quick update real quick with Bitcoin and what I'm doing with the new year. Just review Bitcoin first. So right now we're having a pretty good day, 98,211 as I'm doing the review here. Um, so I think my last talk, which was just before the end of the year, I was going to try to hold off on buying Bitcoin until we got down to this green box down here. But, I think I got a little taste of the FOMO. I knew that at the end of the year, December 31st, the United States investors are going to probably sell some Bitcoin or crypto to recover some of their losses, harvesting their tax losses, I think it's called. And you just buy back. You don't have to wait 30 days like you do with stock. So let's see. I think we went down to like 91,300 on that 31st. And I wanted to buy then. However, with the safe harbor rules, I don't know if you guys were in the same boat as me, but you had to take a snapshot December 31st. And if you took a snapshot earlier than that, you couldn't buy any crypto or sell any crypto until, the first of the year. So I kind of fell into that trap. I didn't buy when it was 91 or 92,000 or 93,000. And I kind of waited. And so I kind of feel burnt right now about it. But I did dollar cost average a little bit the last couple of days. I think I bought 3 times. I'm trying not to buy more than once a day now, just because for the paperwork and whatnot. But I was, looking here at Bitcoin on the weekly chart. Um, I was hoping we'd come back down. You know, it's a possibility. It may still can happen, like in the low 80s. But right now, I really see a strong bounce since the first of the year. I know BlackRock sold some Bitcoin recently, but I think that was previous year. And again, I think it was just trying to recoup some losses on paper, so you could write it off. So I'm still trying to keep some dry powder on the side, some money, some fiat money on the side in case we do some lower levels here. If we get down to the 80s, I don't know if it's going to happen, but with what BlackRock and MicroStrategy have been doing, I mean, they're gobbling up so much Bitcoin on a regular basis. It seems like I don't know if we're gonna go down to the 80,000. So I'd rather buy a little bit like every other day or every third day, and but if we rip up to $100,000, this could be the last time you could buy a Bitcoin below 100,000, unless we go up to a blow off top and then we have a bear market for a year. I can see us going back down to like 70,000 to retest those levels. I think it just depends how high we go up, but yeah, for this year anyway, once we get above $100,000, I think after January 1st, after the sell off's done, I don't think we're going to go back below 100,000. I mean, we're at 108, and then the sell off started happening. I think again people were just taking profits, and then toward the end of the year to the 31st, you could have sold some Bitcoin or crypto at a loss, and that would help your tax records a little bit, so you don't have to pay so much in taxes and just buy back. So that's behind us now. So we on the 4 hour, let me just put this on the 4 hour real quick and look at the exponential ribbon. Yeah, I was really my next dollar cost average I think was going to be around, when we go retest the 4 hour exponential ribbon here, and that would have been around $96,000. That doesn't seem to be happening, at least not for now. So I kind of want to look at the weekly chart, zoom out, and I'm kind of buying a little bit every time Bitcoin moves up $1,000. I'll buy a little bit more. Or if it goes down to no levels, I think my next buy, if it goes down, would be around 95,500, I think, and then I'll just buy more every time it drops below $1,000. So I'm still dollar cost averaging now. I feel like it's less likely to go down to these lower levels of 80,000. The charts tell me otherwise, though. Like on the weekly, you got the stochastic RSI in a downward trend here. And it looks like the RSI, it might be bouncing off this moving average, and I mean, it could go down. It could still go down. But that's why I'm dollar cost averaging. I don't want to just go all in thinking that this is the last chance it's going to be below 100,000. So I'm just taking, you know, just trying to keep my pace. So that's what I'm doing with Bitcoin. And I just want to give you some other tips I've been doing with Coinbase and the new safe harbor rules. So, and this might help with your taxes. So if you go to your Coinbase account and you click down here on taxes, it'll give you like this link here or something similar to it. It might give you the summary. I haven't sold any crypto this year. I didn't sell any crypto last year. So you'll see a lot of zeros here for gains and losses. I didn't sell anything. If you want to go to documents, there are some info there as well. Activity, you can see I bought a little bit today, like $500 worth of Bitcoin there. I don't know what these small things are here. This crypto reporting for taxes is going to be a nightmare, I think. And then you could pull up reports and download your PDFs. I thought it was here. Let me go back to summary real quick. No, I don't see it there. Let me go to activity. Oh, another thing about activity at the top here, you can click add details and you can add information that Coinbase wants. Like sometimes if you received crypto, they want to know what your cost basis is to help you out with their calculations for taxes and stuff. So you might want to check that out under activity. I didn't even know that was there until a few days ago when I was clicking around taxes and stuff. But I'm trying to find where to somewhere around here you could click what year, and it kind of compiles a PDF for you for that year. Mine went all the way back to 2017, but whenever you open up your Coinbase account, it's all there. I like to save those PDFs or print them out and just throw them in my tax folders. Because you never know if your spreadsheets are off a little bit or whatever. So that's a little summary on taxes. Now, the safe. Oh yeah, there's this somewhere in the help section for Coinbase is this report. How will the new crypto tax reporting rules impact institutional clients? Just Google that title and you'll find this page on Coinbase. Well worth the read. Now, Coinbase hasn't set it up yet, but they're supposed to. You could allocate your cost basis, match up your records with what Coinbase records are. I don't know how they're going to do it, but somewhere in here it said they're working on it. And so if you're like me, I was planning on, I've signed all my Bitcoin buys by specific allocation. So when I sell, I have to sell, that specific allocation on a specific date. It's not first in, first out, or last in, last out, or whatever. So in order to do that, you have to actually contact the exchange first in advance before you sell. And I have to give them enough time to say, look, I'm going to sell this Bitcoin I bought on such and such date, this amount of Bitcoin. That was this cost basis. They'll check out their records. They'll be like, okay, we'll mark you down. And then you can go ahead and sell it. Now, I don't know how that's going to work out. I guess I'll have to call or email Coinbase and see what the deal with that is. I'm hoping they could have something I can click on ahead of time so I don't have to keep calling it in. That way I would also have a record of, me showing that I'm telling Coinbase ahead of time before I sell. I don't know if I have to let them know just before I sell or if I have to let them know like a week before I sell or something. So hopefully they'll get this worked out in the next, hopefully 3 months, because the blow off top for this might be in as little as 6 months, 8 months, 11 months, 12 months. It just depends. Like if we have a Bitcoin strategic reserve and other nations are buying Bitcoin, we could have a very long, prolonged bull market, I think. But if things don't go as planned, then seems like the 4-year cycles are getting shorter and shorter. So you can look at the that spiral Bitcoin clock. I think it's by the Root. He has a chart about that. And but basically somewhere like mid 2025 to the end of 2025 could be the blow off top, and then you're gonna have a 1-year bear market. So another thing I'm doing with this crypto tax reporting is, I've got another wallet. I mean, like a whole nother Trezor wallet that hasn't been used yet. I created one Bitcoin address, and from now on, I'm just going to use that one Bitcoin address and send my buys to that address. So that's just for me to simplify my records, and also just so you know, like from January 1st on, from this year onward, you have to keep very specific records on sending your Bitcoin to your addresses. So what does that mean? Before you had like this universal wallet and you can assign your cost basis, on paper, and then everything matches up. But and you had to have a snapshot of that too. Onward, there's no universal wallet type thing. You have to use specific wallet. That's why I just want to use one specific address. It kind of decreases privacy if I buy like 50 Bitcoin buys and it's all going to the same address, then somebody can see like how much Bitcoin I have in the address. But at a price of $100,000 for a Bitcoin, I don't think I'm going to be buying a lot of Bitcoin, or most people won't be buying a lot of Bitcoin if you're just dollar cost averaging with the paycheck over the year. The average income for a person might be 40,000 to, I don't know, 60,000. And out of that, how much you're going to be able to save for Bitcoin, like, $50 or $200, a week, or could be like $500 a month. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be, you might be buying like 0.002 Bitcoin with each dollar cost average, purchase. So I'm not too worried about privacy. I've got my wallets from years ago that are just a mess because, I used a different address for each buy. I took a snapshot, I've got all that taken care of, but I just want to set that aside. I don't want to commingle new purchases onward. I just kind of want to keep it clean. So you might want to keep that in mind. And as well, if you're buying Bitcoin or other crypto from other exchanges, you cannot commingle into the wallet, into the same wallet. So if I'm buying Bitcoin on Coinbase and I send it to wallet, address ABC, and I'm buying Bitcoin from, let's say, crypto.com or Binance, and I cannot send that Bitcoin from a different exchange to the same address. Okay. So, I would actually just get a separate wallet. I know like one wallet could have like a lot of different accounts, and you could probably do that, but for me, for simplicity, I would rather have a separate hardware wallet for each exchange. It would be a lot easier. But if you want to use the one wallet, and then you could label in your Trezor, suite, label it, this is my Coinbase wallet, and put it in there, and then have a different wallet. You could do that too. So I happen to have extra wallets around, so I found one that I wasn't using and had never used, even though I've had it for years. So I just said, okay, I'm going to just use this, create an address, throw it into my Coinbase. I've got whitelisting, so after 48 hours, I could use that address. And so I thought that was a pretty good idea, just kind of simplify my records. So I think that's about it. I think those tips for taxes. Hopefully you guys have set up a safe harbor thing. And I think my final thought on taxes is, if I cash out this year, I might just cash out all my Bitcoin and my cold wallets this year, because doing taxes will be so much easier. It doesn't matter if it's first in, first out, or specific lot method, or whatever, right? It's just all the Bitcoin I had. I know how much I paid on all my Bitcoin buys, and if I sell it all in the same year, then it's there's no mistaking how I do the calculations, right? I don't have to worry about calling Coinbase saying, "Hey, I'm doing this specific day and lot and amount of Bitcoin." So that I might strongly do that, and just take some lifestyle chips. And I've got a lot of Bitcoin exposure and IRAs. When I sell that, I don't have to worry about taxes, so that's nice too. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, if I sell everything, yeah, we'll just see how it goes. The nice thing about selling some Bitcoin, if the price drops, I can kind of buy it back. but it would be kind of hard to do if I sell everything and then buy back. It's just I feel very uncomfortable. Like let's say if you got millions of dollars to have millions of dollars on the exchange when you're buying and selling it, this just creeps me out. And if you are going to take some lifestyle chips, I would you're trying to send it to your bank account, because I don't know if you remember, but Quadriga CX, I think it was, or GX, that exchange in Canada went down, and some people got burned real bad, like they lost everything. So, if I'm cashing out for retirement, because that's my goal, and it looks like it's going to happen this year. Um, I might cash out $10,000 of Bitcoin a time, send that to my bank, and when that's there, send cash out another 10,000, or 100,000, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm not gonna have a lot of fiat money sitting on the exchange, in case it gets hacked, the exchange gets hacked, or the money's lost, or the records are goofy, or whatever. So learn from other people's mistakes, and don't have a lot of crypto or fiat on the exchange unless you're willing, if you can't bear to lose it all, so that's another tip. And I think I've said that before in the past as well when that whole exchange in Canada went down. So if you want to follow me on x.com, it's Tim_mm_hodler. I think it was Twitter, no, Telegram. Somebody was spreading rumors that I was going to sell like 300,000 million token or something like that, which is an insane amount. That's like 30% of the supply. I have nowhere near that, and I am not selling any crypto. And my taxes right here show like I'm not even selling my Bitcoin, so I'm not going to sell a million token. That in 2024, obviously. So those rumors were false, and I think I even tweeted, or on Telegram, I posted that those rumors were false, and I wasn't planning on selling last year. Man, last year seems so long ago. I think that's about it. Bitcoin right now is still at 98,000. This channel here, maybe we come down to 80,000 or a little low. I think that's about as low as it's going to go, right? And that's also the weekly support as well. If you look at the the EMAs, 21 EMA on the weekly, probably. I think that's what it is. Well, we'll just see what happens. I mean, this upper band here tops out at 220,000. I know a lot of 2025 Bitcoin predictions are saying a $200,000 Bitcoin. I think if we don't get a Bitcoin strategic reserve, 120 to 150 is definitely reachable. I was saying in past videos, I think it was 85 or 90 is definitely doable, and we're already past that. And we went to 100, 108 pretty fast as well. Well, I don't want to keep rambling on. I did want to try to keep this short, but hopefully my dollar cost averaging tips and tax tips here, click around the documents, check out this this article on Coinbase. Just Google the title here to find it, because I think it was in the help center or something like that, but I found it again just by Googling the title because I printed it out earlier. Hope that helps you, and everybody had a happy a new year, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, this is not financial advice, by the way. I forgot to take out the disclaimer. Darn. Yeah, I'm rusty. Bye.